take to form a new habit or break out of a bad habit? I think I read somewhere it's about 21 days. So I'm kind of a slow learner. So I'm right on track with this new training habit of mine. But I have plenty of bad running habits. So let me get my last shoe on here. We're going to get out on the road. And I'm going to tell you about some of my bad running habits that I have had and sometimes still have, and what I've done to try to correct them. Looking down at your feet. I do that one all the time. I think it's because I have fallen a couple of times and has taken me out of training for up to a year one time. So try this. Look down at your feet and try to breathe. Then look up and do the same. When you're looking down at your feet, you're cutting off that important supply of oxygen. So what I try to do is look a couple of feet in front of me. Try to focus on something just a little bit in front. Clenching your fist. That's a bad one for me too. When you clench your fist, that tension moves up to your elbow, to your shoulder, and then sometimes I end up running with my shoulders way up here. So when you see yourself getting tense like this, try to relax and shake out your arms a little bit. Skipping your rest days. Your body, in order to get stronger and faster, doesn't need a good workout. It needs rest in between those good workouts to repair and recover those muscles that you've been working so hard. So always plan rest days in your schedule. And if you need to do something, cross-train. Go for a walk, take a bike ride, even swim. It's imperative that you give your body time to rest. Don't skip your rest days. And don't try to keep your same pace when you're running in the heat. It is 96 degrees this evening. And if you had watched some of my earlier videos, the Jeff Galloway plan says you need to slow down at least a minute off your pace when it reaches 70, 2 minutes when it reaches 80 degrees. That's a hard one for me because I am so driven to keep my same pace. But take more walk breaks. They're good for hydration. This is really frustrating for me because one of my bad habits, trying to keep up my pace when it's hot, I'm really struggling with that one. I should be really close to 4 miles at this point, and well, I'm not. But I have to remember, it's not about how far I go, it's about how safely I do it and how healthy I stay. Bad habits, they are truly hard to break. Let's go. Some people ignore stretching before you run, but you shouldn't skip stretching after you run to loosen up your muscles to help prevent injury. And remember, as we grow older, our muscles are not as resilient as they were when we were younger. So as we collect birthdays, you really need to stretch even a little bit before you run, and most importantly, after you run. Woo! That storm the other night was spectacular. Except there was one person in my household that wasn't all that thrilled about it.
Its clientele is devoted. Everyone who goes there wants to get their hands on something. And when they...
Poor Blitzy. So other than running form, what other bad habits do I have? Well, not getting enough rest is one of them. I am still catching up from the big Perry Street Market. I've had a lot of orders come in after that, so I'm trying to sew up those aprons and get them out for sale. But you need rest. Not only just for your body and your muscles to rest and recover, but for your mind too. You know, if you're tired all the time, you're not going to get any better in your running. A bee just hit me. Ooh. And you need to stay hydrated, not just when it's sunny outside and hot, but all the time. It helps flush out all those damaged cells and toxins. It keeps your joints lubricated, and it's good for your skin. Oh. Another bad habit of mine is not eating properly while I'm training. You need to eat your proteins. You know, I read somewhere, I think it was in Runner's World, that as we're training for a marathon, runners need to eat 50 to 75% more protein than non-runners. Sounds like a lot, but it's not. Eating protein helps you build muscle, it helps you recover quicker and avoid injury. So just increasing it by, you know, a little chicken breast. That's all you need, a little chicken breast. Why is it so hard? Why? Why is it so hard? It shouldn't be. It's so hard to eat right. A real hard one for me is going out and doing too much too soon. You need to follow the plan. These training plans were created by experts. They know how to increase your long miles gradually so that you won't hurt yourself. So put your trust in them. They've been doing it for a long time. They know how to do it. My number one hardest bad habit to kick. Try to fit cross training into my schedule. Let me turn this off. You can't just run. You've got to do other things for your body. Bike, swim, weight train. All of that is going to prepare your body to do 48.6 miles. And I have got to get diligent about adding that to my training plan. I work at a health club. You think I could do final run of the week. It is a 5.5 mile around my neighborhood, and I'm trying to get out before the sun and heat. It is about 66 degrees, so it should be perfect. And that will wrap up our first entire month of training. I cannot believe we've already completed a month. It has gone so fast. That wraps up week number 4. The plan had me doing 14.5 miles this week. It also wraps up our first complete month of training. How are you doing? You've heard about some of my bad habits. I hope I gave you some tips on how to conquer them. Next week, we are heading to Carnation, Washington to participate in the Beat the Blurch race. I'm doing the half marathon. My son's doing the 10K. We are so excited. We've been wanting to do this for a long time because they have cake and Nutella at every stop and sofas on the course in case you get a little tired. So until next week, happy running, everybody.